Hey everyone, welcome back to Sobriety for Beginners because I know that I'm just a beginner in all this. Um, the other day, I decided that I was gonna stop being stubborn. Really? I know. Crazy. And I decided that I was gonna call my sister. And it's not, her and I didn't have a bad relationship. We weren't mad at each other. We were just just not talking. Um, because we both were needed a break from one another. It's actually quite sad. The last time that I'd really actually talked with my sister, she was gonna come down to go on vacation here at my house, and this was back over a year ago. And when she came, I was actually in the middle of a relapse, and the very first day of her vacation, I decided that I was going to try and go to the store and sneak some alcohol in the house. And she caught me. And she was not happy. And it ruined our whole vacation. She was staying with me at my house in my guest room. And after she had caught me, she immediately ran into the office and she was screaming at her husband. She was very upset. She was very mad. And I remember because I could hear her, and it made her really upset. And that whole vacation was just ruined. She stayed with me for a week, and I was mad because I didn't want her there anymore because she caught me, and it pissed me off. And I didn't want her in my house because she was making me uncomfortable in my own house. How dare she? I was being so selfish that I was upset that she caught me drinking in my own house. And now she's staying in my house, and I didn't want her to be in my house anymore because she made me mad. That's how crazy this addiction is. That's how crazy it is that I was mad at her for catching me for drinking. But she stayed. We had a cordial kind of way of dealing with each other while she was here. And then she left, and we just didn't talk after that. And we didn't talk for a year. And it was sad because my sister growing up, she was a few years older than I, so she was always kind of my big sister, and obviously, but we weren't as close as friends just because she was older than I was. She had older friends, older people that she hung out with. And then once I finally got older, we became adults. We became best friends. We called each other every day. We talked every day, and we would do everything together. We watched the same shows, read the same books, and have the same jokes, and we finish our sentences, and we were just best friends at that point. And that really caused a huge problem when she caught me. And we just didn't talk. We would say things in passing to each other, but never really actually talked. And it just was different. It was way different. And I know that I've mentioned this before. I know I've talked about this before, just because she is such a big part of my life. She's my big sister, and she's my best friend. And so finally I was this is dumb. I don't know why I'm not calling her. Obviously she's not in the mood to be calling me. Maybe she's just kind of giving me a break, giving me some time. Maybe time does heal all wounds, kind of thing. And so finally I called her, and her and I talked for maybe 2.5 hours, just ranting about all the crap that we normally would rant to each other about. Oh my god, I can't believe this happened. And so finally we just blurted out a bunch of complaints because we both had just been building up complaints about everything. And so finally we ended up talking to each other, and a couple of days passed and we didn't really talk, and then something else came up, and so I called her again and we talked again, and then ever since then we've been talking every day since. And it's been nice. It's been nice having my sister again. It's been nice having my friend again. And I still need to make some amends with her. I still definitely need to approach that and make some amends with her because she deserves it, and I deserve it. And it was my fault, really. Nobody else's fault but my own. I was selfish in what I was doing. I was selfish in my thinking. I was selfish in my mind. I wasn't putting anybody else's thoughts or feelings or concerns, when I was doing what I was doing, wasn't thinking about how my life was reacting to them. And I'm sure, once my sister caught me and she complained to her husband, her and her husband probably felt super uncomfortable being in my house. and they probably wanted to leave too. They probably didn't want to be here. They probably wanted to go and get a hotel and get out and stuff, but they had, planned on staying at my house because it was going to save them money, and that money that they had saved was being able to come down. Like they weren't going to be able to afford to come visit me if they had to pay for a hotel, and so they couldn't afford to then leave. And so then their whole vacation was ruined. And now they're living in a situation that's making them uncomfortable, and they can't go anywhere because their plane tickets are booked for a week later. And I didn't have that in mind. Didn't have that in mind at all. Didn't care. I wanted them out of my house. And I was mad at them for them catching me drinking. And so I need to make amends. It's going to be hard. But I'm glad that, me and my sister are able to talk again because I missed it. I missed having someone to complain to. I missed having someone that I could laugh at and, tell my jokes to and stuff like that. Like, it's nice, having someone again in my life, but she deserves an amends, and I deserve an amends, and her family does too. And I need to apologize to them because, of all the things that I put them through, regardless if it was meant to or not. They all have been affected by it, being my selfishness and my drinking and stuff. And so I need to do that, but I'm not ready to today. But I am glad that she's willing enough to talk to me, willing enough to be my sister again. So it's just nice. But another funny story I want to talk about, and I'm sure there's probably some kind of meaning to go along with this, or some kind of alternate moral to the story, but I bought this house 3 years ago. Been living in this house for 3 years. Brand new house, first time buying a home. I was excited, and there was one cosmetic defect wrong with my house. I have those bifold doors on my closet, and one of them had fallen off the track. And the homeowners that we bought the house from had bought a whole brand new track kit, to hang up that last bifold door. And it had sat in my bedroom for 3 years. 3 years. The door's been hanging off. The little kit to replace, what's going on with the bifold door has been sitting in my room for 3 years. And I've just been living with it. So my closet's only had one, a half door on it for this amount of time. So the other day I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix this door because I want to finally have another door to my closet. I want to be able to close it and not see my clothes all the time. So I take out the kit, break it apart, look at it, get out the instructions, read the instructions, yada, yada, yada. Going through the whole thing, and come to find out there was actually nothing wrong with the door. It was just missing one piece. And it literally took me 20 seconds to put this piece back on the door. And now I finally have a door on my closet. I can finally close my closet. And this thing had been sitting there for 3 years, and I didn't know what was wrong with it. I didn't know what was going on with it, and we didn't know. And we're not handy people, we're not super handy people when it comes to household stuff. And so we figured the whole thing was broken because they bought a whole brand new kit to replace it, and all it was just one piece. And I was so excited. I felt so accomplished getting it, that one piece replaced, got my door back on. I can finally close my closet. I don't have to stare at my clothes all the time. It's been 3 years sitting there, and all I needed was that one tiny piece. And I know there's probably some kind of moral to this story that someone can, fill in the blank, but it was funny. It was really funny that all it needed was just that one piece, that one little piece, but it sat there for 3 years. And so I needed to stop the procrastination. I needed to kind of get on it and fix it, because I could have clearly had this done 3 years ago and I just never knew it. So that's my funny story. But I'm glad it's up there. I finally have a closed closet, and it's amazing. So a little bit of work, and now I feel accomplished. I fixed my closet by myself. I didn't need anybody else's help but me. So it made me feel good. But I hope everybody's having a good week. It's been a good week. I've been a little lazy. Like I said, this whole teleworking and being home thing is just kind of, my days are blurred together. hanging around the house, not doing my hair, not getting dressed anymore, wearing my PJs all day. I need to get back to work. I need to get out of this house because I'm regressing. Not regressing with my sobriety, but I'm not getting up every day and getting dressed and doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. So I need to get back to work. I need to get back to my schedule. I need to get back to life. So retirement doesn't fit me, I guess. So I would not live a very good retirement life because I would just need to get out and do something all day. But anyways, I miss talking to my phone, miss being motivated. Really, that's all it is. I just miss being motivated. But I hope everybody else is having a great day. I hope as everyone else is having, some time off and they're fixing little projects around their house and, they're getting stuff done and they're getting motivated and all that good stuff. But I will talk to you in the next one.